Hey KU fans, thanks for logging on to check out another episode of KU Sports Extra. I'm Matt Tate. This is Tom Keegan. This is the Kansas bench, and at least one of these spots was near where Frank Mason got all of his power for a 28-point monster night that carried Kansas to victory.
18 of those points scored in the first 10:03 of the second half. 18 points in 10 minutes. Do the math.
Do it.
Do it.
You talked about it too.
He could have had 40 tonight.
We talked about that after the game. Both of us agree it would have been really cool if he just decided he was going to shoot, and not every time, and not force shots and not be ridiculous, but carry it, go, do what was working, and he could have gone for 40. Do what was working, and he could have gone for 40.
You know, you look at him and Sharon Collins when they were freshmen, and, you know, the game was a little sped up to him, and they were a little sped up, and now this game is moving so slowly to Frank Mason. It's almost like the rest of them are in slow motion. He can do whatever he wants.
It looks that way, yeah.
I mean, he elevates so well, and he just does everything great right now. He's so under control. It's amazing.
Fearless Frank Mason, and I'll tell you where there is
my
fear.
Only Kansas nickname.
Yeah, it is, and it's a good one. But I'll tell you where there is fear. Whoever's guarding him. These guys are terrified. I mean, they're back on their heels. They're worried about that drive, and sometimes they play it, and he still goes, and he still scores. Other times they're on their heels, and he just calmly raises up and shoots that three.
He never forces a three.
No, 5 of 6 tonight.
Only shoots them when he's open. Yeah, he's shooting 542 or something on the year.
Ridiculous. Just an absolutely ridiculous night. On a night when Kansas needed it. I mean, they were up 9, 21-12, and not playing particularly well. A big reason for that was Oklahoma was not playing well early on. But then Oklahoma kicked it into gear, started hitting the glass. Oklahoma built a 9-point lead at halftime, and you, for the first time, I think, this year, you got the sense that, ooh, KU's in trouble here.
And that's what Bill Self got that sense too, so he flipped out at halftime. And I asked him how much of that is you're just trying to jolt them, and how much is it you're just genuinely mad at what you watch. He said, and I love that he just candidly answered. He said, well, about 50-50.
Yeah, I think it's probably not quite 50-50. I would say there's probably more genuine anger. I mean, it's got to be frustrating. You spend all that time coaching, you spend all that time drilling.
You got to jolt, though. I thought that if there's anything, it's more than 50% jolt.
To the jolt, yeah.
So maybe it is just 50-50.
That could be. Whatever it was, it worked very well, and it wasn't just Frank Mason that benefited from that. It was in the second half, guys really got after the glass. There was one possession even where LeGerald Vick and Carlton Bragg wrestled the ball away on a rebound or a loose ball away from an Oklahoma guy. It was, they had a little fire in their face and in their body movement. It was impressive throughout the lineup in the second half.
Yeah, you know, I got to get better too at just remembering the names of the numbers with Oklahoma players and other teams, because I'll just see an Oklahoma guy or
21.
The guy who went up for the rebound, Mason ripped it from him. And so it'd be nice to get a little more familiar with the opponent's personnel. Not that anyone who reads KUsports.com cares about anybody but Kansas basketball players.
If you want to, you can read Bobby's Getting to Know These Guys.
Yeah, they are good. Those are good.
They're very good.
There's interesting tidbits in there.
And maybe you can just focus when you read them, and then you'll.
Maybe I'll get Bobby to put the big number next to the name so that I can get that. There you
go. Now we're talking. Tonight, though, all you needed to know was number 0, the big number, 28 points, 15th straight win for Kansas. They're 4-0 in the Big 12 now. And
took 12 shots and scored 28 points. Last game he took 11 shots and scored 27 or something outrageous.
Yeah, we were talking about it too. I mean, this is a guy who has clearly been talked about as, you know, an All-American type candidate, playing as well as anybody in the country. He wouldn't even have to be that good the rest of the way to still have a shot at being an All-American, and there's no reason to think that he won't be that good. He is locked in. Like you said, the game's easy for him right now. There's more good stuff ahead. This was a good win for Kansas. When you get down 9, you're playing like trash, you're on somebody else's floor, you're on the road, it's easy to lose that game. It's easy to fold. It's easy to start blaming and getting frustrated.
Bad half,
do that.
Great half, good win.
Tom Keegan, I'm Matt Tate. 81-70, Kansas over Oklahoma here at Lloyd Noble Center. We'll talk to you guys next time on another episode of KU Sports Extra.